Hey, welcome to a Friday afternoon Q&A, bit of a chat, if you will. I thought it'd be fun to talk about whatever you're working on and answer any questions you have. And I also wanted to show you something massive. Like, look at this banner. Can you see that banner? You can't even tell how big it is. It's probably, but it's around my height, so like 6'8", 6'5", I don't know, 6. I'm pretty tall, and that is very tall. And it's for my new book. My new book comes out Tuesday, which is crazy to me. We've been working on it for years and years and years and years and years. So it's gonna be awesome. Comes out Tuesday. I thought I'd answer some of your questions. It's Friday afternoon. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Jeff. I also need to sign some of these. I need to sign a bunch of more book plates, 250 to be exact. I don't know about you, but if you pre-ordered the book, you might have already gotten it. Adam, you got yours in the mail. Adam got his book in the mail today. And you know what's cool is if you pre-order, you get a book plate. I got one in the mail today. Like, it's so funny to me. I signed it. I signed this book plate. I sent the book plate off. Somebody attached it to the book, sent me the book. So if you pre-order, you get a copy of the book plate. So go to Soundtracks. I'll give you the link. What am I doing? I'll just give you the link. Let me type it. Type it. Soundtracksbook.com. Okay, go to soundtracksbook.com. If you pre-order before midnight on April 5th, you get a book plate, but the coolest thing you get is you get the whole audiobook for free. Whole audiobook. What I like to do is read a book, like a physical book, and then listen to the audiobook too. But that can be a little expensive. What am I, Scrooge McDuck? John Rowland, if that's the John Rowland I think it is, he's at Stanford where my daughter is getting a scholarship. They don't know that yet. But Stanford University is probably going to give my daughter a notable alumni scholarship. I went there. I feel notable. How many people have banners? I mean, a banner, like when you see somebody with a banner, you're like, it's kind of like when somebody has a British accent. I did a podcast today with Greg McKeown. Do you know Greg McKeown? He wrote a book called Essentialism, sold over 1 million copies. He's doing all right. Ben Seeley, if that's the Ben Seeley I think it is, you got 50 books coming your way. He bought 50 books, which is awesome. I'm doing a post on, I think, Monday to thank him. So I need to sign these. These are additional. I signed 10,000 already, but I need some other ones. So while I sign some of these, do you guys have any questions? Yeah, the Star Spangled Banner, that's true. I guess that somebody in government has that. Whoever, like Francis Scott Key had a banner at his house. Because you think they gave him a banner for writing the Star Spangled Banner? Probably. All right. It's Friday afternoon. So somebody said, I didn't get mine from being in the Soundtracks backstage. Yeah, so we haven't sent them out yet. You legally can't really send out books until the release day, but sometimes early ones kind of like get out of the system. So if you ordered one as part of the Soundtracks backstage and all that, we're sending it to you. It should be there next week. So don't worry, you're not missing anything. All right, look at that. Somebody said they ordered a few. Thank you, Landy Fox, Jimbo Fisher. Okay, Jimbo Fisher went to Stanford, so I don't know if a school only gives one notable alumni scholarship, but there's people that are more famous than me that went to my school, unfortunately. So I got to keep hustling. I got to keep working. I got to keep grinding. So I'm signing these, but I'd love to answer any questions you have on this beautiful Friday afternoon. How do you deal with overthinking about investing? Ooh, Jeff Klein, how do you deal with overthinking in investing? So many options out there. Yeah, here's the thing. I love the idea of enough information versus all information. All is a broken soundtrack. When you tell yourself, I'm going to start a podcast, I'm going to invest, I'm going to write a book. As soon as I have all of the information, you are guaranteeing you'll never actually do the thing. You will never, I don't know how to break this to you, you will never have all the information. Your goal should be enough of the information. So how do I get enough of the information? And I think that's true of investing. I don't think you'll ever get all of the information, Jeff, but you have to define for you what, like, you won't get all the information, but you have to define for you what's enough for me to actually act. That's what I'd say to investing. Crystal Casto. Do you need to fill out a separate form for the free audiobook for each pre-order? That is a great question. I'm going to give you my, can I direct message you? No, I don't think I can. Can I? No, it's like put user in timeout, hide user, add moderator. I'm trying to figure out the best way. Crystal, DM me that question on Instagram and I'll get you an answer. I'll get you a person you can email to make sure that you get exactly what you need. I think what you have to do is you have to give email addresses so that we can email the file. Crystal, my belief, Crystal, is if you know that there's multiple people you're giving it to, if you'll say, okay, Bill Smith at AOL.com, let's say you bought it from a man named Bill Smith. If you'll fill out the form with his contact info, we'll mail him the file. Like, I don't think we have the system where we can, it's so silly to think this, but I don't think we have it set up where we can send you multiple email book or audiobooks in the same email. I think we have to send them out individually. That's a great question though. But if you DM me on Instagram, I'll see if there's a different answer. All right. Christine, where is Sanford? Sanford is in Birmingham, Alabama, and I absolutely love it. It's such a great school. It's where my wife and I went. I majored in journalism. Birmingham's a great town. It's so fun. The Sanford campus is gorgeous. And my oldest daughter is looking at Sanford right now. Let's see. Jamie Anderson, how can we promote you and your book on social media? That is such a kind question to ask. The biggest thing is when you get the book to post a picture of you and the book and tag me in and be like, hey, I just got this new book from Jon Acuff. It's about overthinking. You should check it out. Recommendations are one of the greatest things you can do to help other people know about the book. Ooh, Mike Loy got his first copy of Soundtracks today. Unrelated question. What did you and your family love about Estes Park? And did you discover Grand Lake? I don't know if we went to Grand Lake. My favorite thing was we did a hike at like 5:30 in the morning, sunrise hike up to Sky Lake or Cloud Lake. It was 10,000 feet. It was probably 5 in, 5 out. That was my favorite thing about Estes was doing that hike. And then we did one of those tours where you're in a big all-terrain vehicle, like a big bus. That was pretty fun too. I liked Estes Park a lot. Ooh, Lainey, what is a soundtrack you use before you get on stage? Well, one that I use before I do most things is this. I'll get a success or a story. It'll be a success or a story. Even the thing I'm going to do is going to be a huge success, or I'm going to get a story out of it. Like I'll walk away and be able to go hey, I tried this thing. It did not go well. So I think about that with anything I do that's new or challenging. And then as far as going on stage, one of the soundtracks I use is have fun. I think if I can have fun, the audience can have fun too. That's what I've found about stages is that when you step on stage, if you're not having fun, the audience won't have fun either. So I really try to remember how much I enjoy it, to not get up all up in my head and be nervous about it, but just to go out and enjoy it. And then I remember I'm prepared. I've put in the work, I've done the reps, so I know it's going to go well. Ooh, this is my favorite question I might answer today. David Fergans, how do you decide which Lego set to purchase next? One, I want to purchase them all. I'm waiting for the next catalog. I love the Lego catalog. It's my current Sports Illustrated. And if you are tuning in late, I'm just signing book plates. These are individual book plates that we'll put inside copies of the book. The one I'm at a good place right now. I got a couple sets backed up. Do you guys want to see the current set I'm building right now? I can go get it. All right, stay right there. You're all going to leave as soon as I leave. All right, stay right there. I'll grab it. All right, this is what I'm working on right now. This is the Lego Defender. This is the Lego Defender. I'm working on it right now. You can see I've got the engine in, you got the steering wheel right here. Some stuff is coming together. You can see there's gears. Look at the gears. Look at that. Look at the gears working. So I would say I'm halfway through this. This is the book. This is what will ultimately be built. It's right here. And so I'm building that. So I'm building the Lego Defender. And this was actually a gift. Somebody gave me this. That is one of my goals in life, is to get famous enough that people send me Lego sets. That is, I just want to be real. I'm going to just speak that out into the universe, or however it is people say that. Like, I just want to get Lego sets mailed to me. That would be so amazing. Like, to just go to your mailbox and somebody sent you Legos. That would be awesome. Megan, sorry if I mispronounced your name. M. Lewis, how do you enlist friends' help with overthinking? I have 8 options to choose from. Would like help, but I want to be kind to my friend. So are you asking, how do you get them to help you with your soundtracks? I mean, I think a conversation is the first place to start. I think even like if you have a friend and you know, depending on where you live, like going on a walk with somebody is a great way to start a conversation about soundtracks. The thing I would say is start slow and small. Don't jump into like, here's this massive soundtrack I'm dealing with. Like, ease into the conversation in the same way that I always tell people, like, be conscious of skipping intimacy levels. Like, don't skip intimacy levels with friends where it's like, okay, we're talking about baseball. By the way, I don't think my dad hugged me enough when I was 7. What? Like, you skip some intimacy levels there. So I think a conversation with a friend where you go on a walk is a kind way to start the conversation. Bonnie, I keep trying to get all the information before buying an RV. I haven't bought one yet. Guess I'll go with a new soundtrack. Get enough information. Exactly. Bonnie, there's too many options. There's too many RVs. Like, it'd kind of be like if somebody was like, I want to get a sense of all the ways I can customize a Jeep before I buy one. All the ways, like, you'll never buy a Jeep. You get enough. Enough beats all. And you're going to develop new information along the way. Like, Bonnie, you're going to find out things about this RV that you love and don't love about it in the midst of owning it. I'm a big believer in whoever first said, ready, fire, aim. All right. Jennifer, did Albanese sponsor you yet? Those gummies are amazing, right? Albanese gummy bears. That's my other goal. I am a simple man. I'm a simple man. I want to do a couple things in life. I want to get famous enough that people mail me Legos. It feels doable. I don't know how like famous you have to get until you're a Lego influencer. I'm not there yet, clearly. And then I want to get Albanese to sponsor my podcast. I want to have an official gummy bear of my podcast. I have a podcast called All It Takes Is a Goal. And that would be awesome. I would love that. Ooh, Duffy. Yes. Leave a great review on Amazon for the book. That is so encouraging. People really do look at those. You might think, oh, it's just a review. What's the big deal? People look at those reviews. Let me give you that link again, and I think I can pin it. Let's see. Here's the link. If you haven't pre-ordered soundtracks yet, that's fine. You got time. You got until let's pin that. I pinned it. Yeah, look at me. You've got until Monday at midnight. Monday at midnight. All right. Okay. I went live this morning to discuss soundtracks and the importance of positive self-talk. Thanks for doing that, Coulter. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. All right, Heather. What is a soundtrack for my 18-year-old that recently found out she needs hearing aids or her auditory processing disorder, which is like dyslexia, for her auditory processing disorder, which is like dyslexia for the ears? Well, you know what? Like, if it were me, like, one, that's really tough. That just is. Like, so like Heather, I wouldn't rush past the toughness of it. I think as a parent, sometimes we want to rush past the toughness of situations with our kids. So I think it's okay to say, like, that's tough. Like, I think as a kid, as an 18-year-old, that'd be tough. Like, maybe you weren't expecting to need hearing aids. Like, maybe you feel embarrassed by the hearing aids. So, like, one, like, I'd have some empathy. Like, that's tough. The second thing, if someone is going to say, what's a positive soundtrack, I would kind of try to focus on all the things she'll get by wearing those. Like, all the music, all the conversations, all the movies. Like, if she doesn't have those, I'm assuming it's difficult for her to hear. I would talk and focus on all the things that come with being able to hear. Like, there's an amazing world that opens up when you can hear. Like, think of all those videos. You ever seen a video where, like, a little kid gets cochlear implants and they've never heard before, and it's their first time they hear their mom's voice? Like, that's what I would try to think about. Like, that's the world that's opening up to her. And so I would have a conversation around that. Like, wow, there's going to be so many things you get when you do this, and it's not easy. And I think if you pretend it's easy, kids are smart enough to go, it's not easy. I don't think you have to dwell on that it's difficult, but I think that's what I would do. Caleb, have you ever done a blind taste test for gummy bears? I would pick out Albanese. Like I could be blind and like have headphones on. I could be underwater and you could give me one of their gummy bears. I'd be like, boom, Albanese. But that is a good idea. Okay, Eric Williams, is there video out there of your comedy show you did? Eric, we're adding it to the store. I think we're putting the full thing on the store for like $9. It was an amazing time. It's 60 plus minutes, so it's a full show. I think we're going to add it to the store. My website, we relaunched my website like 2 months ago. I didn't even mention it because we've had so many other things going on. Like it's been a crazy first quarter with the book launching. By the way, book right here. You can still get one. We still got them. They're still available. Let's see. Nothing more fun than turtles peeing on you on stage. Yeah, so I said I'll get a story or a success. When the turtle peed on me on stage at this big event, there were 8,000 people there, Gwinnett Arena, massive event. Turtle, during the middle of my speech, started peeing on me. I was making a joke. The joke I did, which maybe insulted him, although I think more than likely it's just that when turtles feel afraid, they urinate as a defense mechanism. It's not the best defense mechanism, but it is a defense mechanism. So I did a joke, and the joke was owning a pet turtle is like owning a rock who could die. And I thought, this is a solid joke. It's maybe not the best joke I've written about turtles, but it's up there. And the turtle immediately started peeing on me, and it was pretty funny. And like some people might go like, oh no, that's a failure. No way, dude. That was the best moment. Like as soon as it happened, I was like, yes. Like I was so excited that the turtle had done that because I knew it was going to go well. All right. L. Landis, with the excitement about the book release palpable, how are you winding down to sleep at night? I have a hard time winding down and nothing exciting is happening in my life. Yeah, so I have been waking up pretty consistently at like 3:30 in the morning, just like, whoop, like wide awake. And one thing that I've learned to love, like if you guys, maybe you've never done this before, I love that the Audible app has a sleep timer. So one of the things I'll do if I wake up at 3:30 in the morning and I can't fall back asleep, I'll put on Audible and I'll set a 15-minute timer. I'm listening to Lonesome Dove right now by Larry McMurtry. I forget how you say his name, but I'll listen to 15 minutes of an audiobook. Like, and it can't be an amp you up audiobook. Like it needs to be kind of like a chill audiobook, but that's been super helpful. And then I'll go get a drink of water. And then the other thing is, if you wake up and you can't get back to sleep, it's okay to go work. Like it's okay to do something. Like if it's 4:30 and you've tried for a half hour, give yourself the freedom to go. Like go get up. Like go start the day early. Go have a coffee. Like it's okay to go, you know what? That's a wrap. Like don't buy the lie that like, if you don't get 30 more minutes of sleep, the whole day is going to be wrecked. Don't listen to any soundtrack, broken soundtrack that tells you if you get up early, you're going to be exhausted the whole day. It's just not true. All right. What kind of watch are you wearing? This is a Garmin watch. It's a Garmin 645, I think. It does music, which I love. I love this watch. I'm thinking I'm going to put it in the Acuff holiday gift guide. Last year we did a holiday gift guide that we sent out to a bunch of you guys. And I'm thinking it's already going to make the holiday gift guide. I'm keeping gifts right now. I got a list of gifts. Let's see what page is that on? Because I keep an index. Page 20. Page 20. Right now, I've got 27 gift ideas for you already. 27 gift ideas. So I realized last year in November, I kind of put it together last second. I was like, here's a bunch of gifts. And then I was like, you know what? What would make this easier? Why don't I just keep a running list of dope stuff for a year and then I can share it? That'd be great. I met with a local author on Tuesday and she had never heard of Jon Acuff. I could not believe it. Larry, I can believe it. I can very much believe it. I would say that you are in a special minority of people who have heard of Jon Acuff. You are rare. It is a limited audience. But I can 100% believe that. I told him all about the books of yours I've read and soundtracks. He said he'd order some. That's awesome. Jamie, thank you for saying you are a Lego. I love that. Lego should sponsor me. Amen. What are you doing to get as much time with Ellie before these 3 years run out? Yeah, so actually, Jennifer, Ellie graduates a year from this May. So Ellie's only in the house theoretically for like 18 more months. McCrae, I have 3 more years with. So yeah, we're doing a variety of things. There's a lot of like dad coffees. Like we'll go get crepes. There's a place that does crepes near us, and Ellie loves a crepe. We throw the Frisbee a lot. Ellie's great at throwing the Frisbee, and we just throw out in our front yard. We went down to the field maybe 2 weeks ago and threw. So yeah, we're just doing, and then we went on a spring break. And we went skiing to Jackson Hole, and I skied with her a ton. So that was super fun. So a lot of it. And then the other thing, here's what I'm learning. My wife challenged me on this. As parents, we put this pressure on ourselves as if they disappear. Like after they're 18, they go to college, they disappear. I never see them again. It is different. It is. But take skiing, for instance. I was skiing, and this dad on the lift with me was like, yeah, my 2 kids, it's our family vacation. They're 26 and 27. They came with it. So I think there's this kind of over pressure we put on parenting, like, well, as soon as they're 18, they're gone. I don't think that's true. Lego, be careful what you wish for. Derek, do you have work on Legos in your schedule / habit tracker? So it's funny you asked that. I don't have it written down, but I 100% know that on the weekends, that's what I do. The way I kind of look at things is this desk that I'm at, I clear it all from work and I put Legos on it. And then from like Saturday to Sunday night, it's Lego. And it helps me actually disconnect from work because I tend to be a little bit of a workaholic. And if I'm not careful, I'll just come up here and like sneak away some work. But if it's covered with Legos, I'm good. So I don't have to. Funny. It comes with a textbook size manual. Landis, that manual isn't even that big. You should see the one that came with the Porsche. Like the Porsche manual was like gigantic. And I think it was only in 1 book. Yeah. So that one, that manual is small. Enough beats all. Let's see. Before you were, let's see. Let's go back up. You guys are asking great questions. These are great questions. Before you were famous, was your autograph more legible? No, I'll say this though, dude. Like there's at one point where my very first book, I was Jonathan, which is so funny. Like I was like, everybody called me John, but I was like, if you look at Stuff Christians, like my very first book, it's Jonathan Acuff. Like, whoa, like I was like, I got to use my full name because like now I'm fancy. I'm an author. I'm Jonathan. Like that's silly. So that's the only thing that changed is that once I kind of started writing new books, I was like, that's ridiculous. Like my name is John. Why am I saying Jonathan? That's silly. All right. Megan, condensed idea choices to a Post-it note. That's a great idea. Tasha found a broken soundtrack. I never have any questions to ask because I never implement anything I'm learning. I implement what I'm learning daily. I practice what is preached. Awesome. Yeah, the idea, again, remember guys, if you hear never, always, forever, that's probably a broken soundtrack. So if you hear yourself, I never implement anything I'm learning. What? Like, no, of course you do. You implement something like, or you'll always feel this way, or you'll never do that, or you always quit your goals. So why start a new one? Those 3 words, never, forever, always, nobody, broken soundtracks. Best Easter candy, in my opinion, is Cadbury cream eggs. If you guys don't like those, you're crazy. They're fantastic. I love them. Oh, the Never Jar, Jamie Anderson. Empathy is a great place. A great idea for our people in hard places. Best queso for gummy bears. I don't know what that means, Doug. It feels like you're mixing mediums. I think the best queso, in my opinion, is Torchy's in Texas, and they went to Memphis instead of Nashville, which is bonkers to me. If you were going to take a business and bring it to the state of Tennessee, the fine state of Tennessee, you should go to Nashville, or more specifically Franklin, which is where I live. I don't know why you went to Memphis first. Memphis is fine, don't get me wrong, but like, come on, Nashville? All right, let's see what other questions we got. Graduation gift, this book. Yes, this would be a great gift book for graduation. It's funny, it's relatable, it's accessible, it's bright. Look at there's even an interior cover. Like if you guys ordered yours and already got it today, isn't that fun? It is fun. All right. I met with Seth Gibbery today. John Rowland. Yep, I know him. He's fantastic. He said, yeah, he was at my stand-up. The stand-up was a blast. Seth came to it. I have a Bluetooth hearing aid. The phone is linked to, and I can take phone calls and even listen to John. That's super positive. Did the Gator joke I told in Austin make it to the Nashville set? I will pay $9 to find out. Oh, yeah, Jennifer, you were at the Austin. So I did an early morning Austin test run of the jokes. Thank you for being there, Jennifer. That's amazing. I think it did. I think I got shortened. One of the jokes in my comedy set was that Florida is America's Jurassic Park, which I liked that joke. It's lean. It's funny. You totally get what I'm saying right away. And then I said, basically, like, if you pitch Florida as a movie, nobody would believe it. If you were like, hey, here's what we're going to do. We're going to surround it with water. There are going to be sharks. There are going to be bears. There's going to be panthers. There's going to be alligators. There's going to be any kind of deadly animal you can think of. Plus, we're going to add pythons. Like, we're going to bring a species that's not native there and have them take over a large portion of it. And then we're going to have all that danger, hurricanes, everything else. And then we're going to add America's oldest people. Like, America's elderly is who we're going to combine with this like melee, this potpourri of deadly animals. We're going to combine it. If you pitched Florida as an idea to a movie studio, they'd be like, it's not realistic. I don't buy that. That doesn't, who would do that? That's Florida. Alan, Netflix special. Yeah, that'd be fun someday. I don't think it's right now, but it'd be fun someday, dude. I'd love to do that. I think it's a good someday. It's not a right now. Thomas, what do you do for soundtracks that play during truly unimaginable times? Things like custody battles, death of a family member, etc. Hoping for some tools to help family going through a terrible time. Well, I mean, in moments like that, I find that sometimes sitting with them is the best soundtrack. Sometimes just being with them is the best soundtrack. The temptation when we see people who are hurting is to try to fix the hurt, to try to fix the problem, to try to fix the solution. So sometimes the best soundtrack is your presence in moments like that. And also, here's what I'd say. Thomas Dominguez, this is what I would say. I would say that the best time to give somebody advice is when they say, will you give me some advice? Every other time is dangerous. So in that situation, a way you could say this is go, hey, I've been working on this concept called soundtracks. It's been helpful to me. Can I tell you a little about it? Can I give you a little bit of ideas about soundtracks? If they say, no, I don't want any, then you sit there, like you give them your presence. If they say, yeah, I'm curious, then you can say, hey, here's some ideas from this book that I've been reading. That's how you do it. You don't ever force a soundtrack on somebody. You invite them into the conversation. Let's see. People doing orange. Am I doing any events in Nashville? No, not right now. I think the fall is when things are going to open up, and I'll get to do more events. I think at some point I want to do my own event. I just got to figure it out. I just got to figure out how to do it. We just did this thing called the Overcoming Overthinking Challenge. Some of you guys took it. It was amazing. So I'm kind of falling in love with challenges. And so we're about to, I don't know if you saw this yet, we're announcing a new one on Monday. We're starting a new challenge. It doesn't start, I can't tell you when it starts, but we're announcing it on Monday. And I can't wait. I can't wait. It's one that you guys have asked about for a while. So it'll be awesome. Jeff Stein, do you have a set morning routine and a set time you get up when you're not waking up at 3:30 a.m.? I really don't, dude. I got a couple things I do. So I wake up anywhere from 5:45 to 6:15. I go downstairs. I get the coffee ready. I get my kids, make sure they're out of bed. My teenager's like in motion to go to school. I read a chapter of the Gospels. I'm in Matthew right now. I read a few pages. Like, this is a book that I've been reading a lot. The Voice of the Heart by Chip Dodd. Amazing. Read a few pages there. I journal a little bit. And then depending on the time of the year, I go run. I have coffee. And and then I go run a 5K. I try to do a 5K most days. It's one of the things I'm tracking right now. So I go run 3.1 miles. Then I start my day, and I try to do the most important work first when my brain is the biggest. My brain is pretty small. It's Friday at 3:30. My brain is like, it's that big. It's that big, dude. So that's kind of my morning. Let's see. I got up and did that morning today at 3:15. Yeah, I've done that, dude. Your content is fire, but your marketing is amazing. When did you deliver? But when you deliver excellence, it's easier to market. You and the team make it look easy. The team is doing amazing. Guys, that's what I hope you guys start to see over the next couple of months. Like, I'm really starting to work with some amazing people who are doing amazing things. And I'm so grateful for like MC, Ashley, Caleb, Amy, Jessica, Katie. Like, we've really started to work with some awesome people. And it allows us to create even more. Like, I think the stat I saw during the Overcoming Overthinking Challenge, including what I wrote, all new content, we wrote 75,000 words. Like, that's longer than a book. And that was for a free challenge. So that was super fun. And I could by no means do that alone. No, Bonnie, you said you listen to the audiobooks with the book in your hands. Yeah, have you guys done that? That is the jam. If you're not doing that, you are missing out. Like, try it with my book. Little sales pitch, little slide it in. If you pre-order, you get the audiobook for free. So you can just try it. I'm not saying you got to ball out. What are you, Scrooge McDuck? You can buy multiple copies of the same book. That's crazy. But pre-order my book by April 5th. You'll get the book plate, which is signature. That's what I'm signing right now. And then we'll send you the entire audiobook if you go to soundtracksbook.com. Soundtracksbook.com, send you an audiobook. All right. Michelle, I've created some great new soundtracks, but it seems like I'm unable to convince myself that these soundtracks are true. How can I work past that? So here's what I'm going to say to you, Michelle. I know because of the timing of this that the work you're doing is new. Here's what I would say. Give yourself more time than you think you need. Give yourself more time than you think you need. How long will it take me to get a new soundtrack automatic? Always longer than I want. And I kind of relate it to this. Let's do a really simple example, because sometimes thinking soundtracks, it's complicated. It feels like I've never tried changing my thinking. So let me give you a simpler example. If you were trying to lose weight, if you were trying to get in shape, and you said, John, I've been trying this exercise and it's just not working. And I said, how long have you been trying it? And you said, John, I've done it for 10 days and it's not working. I would then say, how long did it take for you to put on the weight? And if you said 10 years, I would go, okay, so you gave yourself 10 years to put on the weight, only 10 days to take it off. That's not very fair. Like, that's not very kind to yourself. You probably need to give your progress a little bit more time. Don't give the problem all the time and the progress none of it. There's your soundtrack. Come on. I'm going to put that right in there. Don't give your problem all of the time and the progress none of it. I'm even going to, you know what? I'm going to rewrite that one, make it even sexier, like better. I'm going to figure that one out. I'm going to write that one down in my notebook right now. You should keep a notebook of ideas. When you have an idea, because you're going to forget it, dude. You're going to forget it. So let's go. Ooh, that is idea 179. 179. Where's a pen? Oh, let's see if I have a pen right here. The office is a little messy. Favorite pen. Idea 179. Don't give your problem all of the time, and your progress, none of it. I'm going to tweak that because it could be tighter. That's just first draft. That is 100% first draft. It can be tighter. And your progress, none of it. And then I say, now I'm going to give myself what I do, a Goldilocks method. No, it's not Goldilocks, gingerbread trail. I'm going to leave myself a trail back to that idea because I'm going to forget this conversation. There's some important parts of this conversation. So I'm going to write down 10 years gain weight, 10 years gain weight, 10 days lose it. Woo! I'll remember that. Boom. Just like that. Just like that. I'll deal with that later. I'll figure it out. No events coming up. Karen, we went. Karen, Karen, 4 friends and I went to your comedy show. One friend did not get it. Please know that we have gotten even further laughs about the one who didn't get it. You gave us the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, Karen, cut that person out of your life. That person sounds terrible. They didn't get it. It was 60 minutes. I don't understand what was the get. It's not like, I mean, no offense to me, it's not heady stuff. Like Florida is America's Jurassic Park. It's very gettable. Like, I don't think anybody comes to my stuff and is like, it was so complicated with the metaphysics and the like universe. Like, nah, my stuff, I'd say my job is to put handles. I'm a handle maker. I put handles on ideas so that y'all can take them into your week, take them into your life, take them into next year. We have enough ideas in the world. We just don't have any handles to pick them up. So I put handles on them. What is soundtracks? Soundtracks is a handle. If you said to me, I'm having a hard time thinking, I said, well, let's talk about your thoughts. Messy. I say, no, it's a soundtrack. Let's talk about changing your soundtracks. Doable. Okay, what are we going to do? We're going to turn overthinking from a super problem into a superpower. It's a handle. So hopefully that friend will eventually get it, because I think it's very gettable. I think my comedy, my idea is very gettable. All right, we'll do like one more, probably 2 more, probably 3 more, because I like answering questions. All right, let's see. Troy's already listening to the audiobook at 1.5 speed. I love it. Love it. Let's see. Ooh, can you talk more about no one is ahead of you in the race of you? I'm a tiny business and I feel overwhelmed with things I'm supposed to be doing to promote my business. Yeah. So Elena, here's my version of that. I'm not good at Goodreads. Like if you go to Goodreads, you'd be like, this guy's terrible at Goodreads. I'm not good at LinkedIn. There's probably more I could be doing on LinkedIn. I'm trying to get better at both of them, but I could very easily go, there's so many things I'm supposed to be doing that I'm failing at. YouTube. Nobody would say I'm great at YouTube right now. I'm just not. It's new. I'm figuring it out. I'm kind of moving along. So that's what I mean. Like you got to give yourself some grace. The other thing is, I had a conversation today with Greg McKeown. Greg McKeown wrote a book called Essentialism. It sold 1 million copies. I've never had success like that. I haven't. Like that's not humility. Like that's just math. Like 1 million copies is an amazing, amazing thing. Greg's book sold 1 million copies. And I was talking to him about that. And I was like, I look at you this way. Like I assume like you get pony rides at your publisher. And it's like, when you've sold 1 million, it's completely different. And he was like, man, I think you're always going to have, everybody always has somebody ahead of them that they're looking at. So I think the danger is to go, that person, I stare at that person who's ahead of me and I lose my ability to do what I'm focusing on. And that was really helpful. It was really helpful for me to get some encouragement from somebody who's way ahead of me, like who's down the road from me. Now, if I get stuck on that, it doesn't do me any good. If I over-focus on somebody else's success, I don't have enough time, creativity, and energy to actually work on mine. That's what I mean by that. All right, let's see. We got like 2 more. We'll do 2 more. I feel like I've made some good progress on these. I have to have 250 of these signed by Wednesday night. So it's coming up, dude. It's coming up. Okay. It's hard to. I'm on. Were you always good at Legos? Oh, Bonnie, I'm good at following directions of Legos. I'm not good at like custom builds. I don't do custom builds. Like you will never see me be like, oh, I built a Lego out of this Pellegrino. Like I built a Pellegrino version of a Lego set. Like, but I love building sets. Z Cavaricci's and Dave Bruce reference. Yes. Oh yeah. It's Andrew. Nice. Torchies. Have you ever had too many things to track? Yeah, constantly. I have too many things right now. There are too many moving pieces. There just are. That's life. Like the more I can settle in that again, we talked about this earlier in the whatever this is, video Q&A, sign-a-thon. There's too many. So I can track enough, not all. I can't there's things I find constantly within my business where I go, whoa, that is super broken. I didn't even notice. And then I fix it. And then as I'm fixing it, something else on the other side is breaking. So I can't go for perfect. Like my goal is peace, not control. Peace, not control. There's no amount of control that I can have that will end in peace. So I'd rather just start with peace. I'd rather just be at peace. I'd rather just experience peace. All right. Hattie B's chicken. I think Princess. If I was going to get hot chicken in Nashville, I'd do Princess. Yeah, I did film. I filmed stand up. We did a full set, 60 minutes at Zany's. We're going to have it in the store. I don't know. There's another detail I don't know. Too many things in place. Old soundtrack, new soundtrack share is really resonating. How can we start a movement? Yeah, so Jennifer, we're going to work on that. We're totally working on that. We're going to create some things where I want to have the world's largest soundtrack library. That's one of my goals. So imagine this. Imagine you go to a website and you're like, here's what I'm feeling or here's what I'm struggling with, and boom, 10 helpful soundtracks from real people like you pop up and go, hey, here's what I feel. Here's what I feel. Here's a soundtrack I encourage myself when I'm stuck on my book. Here's a soundtrack I encourage myself when I'm stuck in a relationship. Like, I think that would be really, really amazing. Do you enjoy writing? I do sometimes. Not all the times, but a lot of times. Do you want advice or do you want to vent? How do you get used? Okay, last question, because that's a good one. That's a good one. Megan Scales. How do you get used to talking to your computer, as in teaching recording? I teach my first college course online, but there are lectures I have to record. It took me over an hour to do my 1-minute intro. Yeah, so that's fine. Maybe make the next one take 50 minutes. Like, work on it as you go. Like, I think you can cut that down. It's repetition. It's practice. It's doing stuff like this. Where I'm in front of a camera and I feel comfortable and I know you're there and I'm able to engage and I'm able to focus and I'm able to share a bunch of ideas. So a lot of times that's it. So, and then the other thing is, here's what I'd say, Megan, make it as easy as possible. Make it as easy as possible. Do you have to stand up? If you don't have to stand up and you're here at a computer, then have your script where you can see it. The camera's right there. All you have to do is you take your Word document and you put it right near the top. And then look, I'm scrolling up right now. It's not distracting. And this hand is, hey, here's this idea I'm working on. And I could probably almost read that without it being distracting. So make it easy on yourself. Make it super, super duper easy. I don't own stock in the Albanese. Jamie Anderson, peppermint oil to stay awake. Yeah, this has been a sprint month. We are hustling. We weren't even going to do the Overcoming Overthinking Challenge, and then we added it. So like, it was already a busy month, and we were like, what if we took nearly 10,000 people through a challenge? What? Wow. So yeah, it's been a sprint, tiring month, but one of my soundtracks is exhausted and elated. I want to do work. This is one of my goals. I want to do work that leaves me exhausted and elated. Like, I love the feeling of giving everything I got. Like, giving everything I got, give everything I never got, give everything I got. That's my goal. Last question. Kristen Bissett. Proposal asks for how many copies sold. How would I have sold copies if I haven't published the book yet? Kristen, they're asking you for previous copies. They're not asking you for current copies. They're asking you for previous books. How many have they sold? And if you haven't written a book yet, you don't have a number. If you have written a book, that's the number they're looking for. They're not looking for current. They're looking for previous. So, exhausted and elated. All right, guys, have an awesome Easter weekend. I hope it's fantastic. I hope somebody gives you Cadbury cream eggs. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for pre-ordering. Remember, pre-order bonuses end Monday night, April 5th. Book comes out Tuesday. Some of y'all already have it, and I'm thrilled. I can't wait for you to see this one. Ooh, create a soundtracks app. That's a great idea. That is a great idea. We should think about that. All right. See you guys. Enjoy your weekend.